So, do you have knitting pet peeves? Because I do, or at least in a very joyful and light way, anyway. So, hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my very small place on the internet where I talk about anything related to my knitting life, my name and my knitting adventures. My name is Isabelle. I am in France in Normandy, and today I'm going to be talking about a subject that I've been thinking of for a very long time, and I really did not dare filming a video and placing a video in the public area because I don't want to attract too many negative people. So, if you are open minded, if you understand that these are maybe my own choices or the own things that I do not like, and that you are very welcome to your own opinion and your own doing in your own life, if you're open to all of that, and if you are interested into knowing which are my knitting pet peeves and unpopular opinions, please stay tuned. So first, before we get into that, what am I wearing? I am wearing the painting triangle shawl by Stephen West that I knit a couple summers ago in this very unpleasant hobby cotton that I really did not like knitting with, very splitty, but I really enjoy wearing the shawl because I'm not sure if you have already seen my video about colors and style or if you will see it after this one. Blue is my black, and I think this colorful shawl that has many shades of blue, you've seen me wearing it already, this very colorful shawl with many shades of blue does fit and go with about a lot of other things I have into my wardrobe, and I really love it and I enjoy wearing it, in particular in the warmer weather because it's all cotton. So I do enjoy wearing it. I really did not enjoy making it. And underneath is that t-shirt that my mother made over 30 years ago, and it's all in raw silk, and it's been holding up very well, and you've seen it also already. It's very irregular. The silk was very irregular with thin and thicker parts. It goes into the washing machine, it dry out, and I can wear it all the time, and I really love it. So two pieces that I like very much. Of course, as a disclaimer, as I'm going to be talking about some of maybe unpopular opinions and my knitting pet peeves and things that irritate me, I would like to say that you are completely entitled to your own opinion. You knit and you wear whatever you want, and I'm no one to tell you that you have to do this and that. And that's one of my first pet peeves and really unpopular opinions, people who do that. Anyway, as a disclaimer, you do you. I say that very often. You do you, you wear and you knit whatever you like, and nobody should tell you you need to do this or you need to do that. We are just here to discuss joyfully and in a happy manner some of the things that I dislike. And of course, one of the first ones is all the people who come with very strong opinions on colors or things like that. And you've seen that very often for quite some time now in the knitting community. I'm talking about the colors, season colors or season of colors. Anyway, the basic thing is that someone who's a professional, a stylist, I guess, is using what you look like, your hair color, your skin color, your eye color, your lip color, or whatever, and they match what you look with a set of colors. So you have 4 sets of colors, one for the winter and one for the summertime and one bright or let me check, I'm not even sure. Okay, so there are 4 seasons, the 4 seasons that we know: autumn, winter, spring, and summer. And each of these seasons have 3 different, I guess, changers or modifiers. So, for example, for spring, you have French warm and clear. And for autumn, you have soft, warm, and rich, etc. So you have 4 seasons, and in each season, which are associated with some kind of colors, modifiers or something that can be adjusted. And based on your colors, people match you with one season. And what I have seen, and this is my pet peeve, it's not people telling you look better in that one or in that one, or it's not you going to a stylist to have ideas about what fits you. If you really enjoy that, fairy dust and angel music onto you. But what I've seen a lot is that people kind of stay in that box. And this is my pet peeve, or what I dislike, and what irritates me is when, and maybe not necessarily into the knitting world, but if you look a bit about fashion, it's you get closed into a box. And of course, as I've already said, and I will say again, I love yellow. I don't think yellow fits me. And when I want to wear yellow, I place a colorful scarf in between my yellow sweaters and my skin, so that I don't look dead or all yellow. And if I say it doesn't fit me, maybe it does fit me. I just don't like the way I look in yellow. But I love that color. So all of these theories about color matching, and that you stay in a box and you are, let's say, winter or spring or whatever, and then you have a palette of color that you need to use to match you. It's something that I don't like. I don't really much like people forcing things onto me. If I want to listen to someone, it's because I've chosen to. And if I want to wear a color, it's because I've chosen to also. And maybe you are going to be thinking blue doesn't fit you, or, beigey white doesn't fit you. But I do like that. And if I want to wear it, it's just me. And that whole color thing is, and the way people are trying to imprint that on me, saying that's the only way to go, is one of my pet peeves. On the other side of that, I have a little story to tell you. My second son is very bright. He's extremely bright. And I'm not saying that because he's my son. He's my son, of course. But he lacks, or he did lack when he was younger, some kind of common sense and stuff. So what he told me is that I love to have clothing from my older son, from his older brother, because he is very stylish and he likes very much, and he has always been very stylish and very looking into fashion and the way he dresses himself up to now. And my second son was saying, I love to wear his clothes that he doesn't want any longer, because he's chosen them, and he's chosen them in a way better way than what I would be choosing for myself. This has changed now that he's been living on his own. He's developed his own taste and his own style, and that is, kind of casual and smart at the same time. But at the time, he was very, very, very happy to be wearing the clothes his older brother did not want any longer, because he would not have to go in stores and choose stuff. So that's not the story. The story is that one morning, he was maybe 7 or 8 or something like that. He came down before I drive them to school. And I said, you just can't. You just can't go to school like that. You know how kids are? They have no mercy. And he had a bright red sportswear pant and a bright yellow sweater. And I said, no, you can't. You can't. And he was, I like it. I know you like it. But you just can't go there. People are going to be mocking you in the playground and in the classroom and everything. So either you keep the yellow sweater and you change for a neutral pair of pants, or you keep the bright red pair of pants and you change for a more neutral color sweater. So he changed all of himself and he went all gray or all black or something like that. And so, I am the one saying that I don't want to have people forcing on me some kind of color schemes or color rules and when I see videos, even in the knitting world, talking about the color seasons and how people get matched and everything and how I just click off. I'm not saying that they should not be doing these videos. If this is making them happy, perfect. I'm very happy for them. But I don't like these kind of videos. And the counterpart of that is that when my son chose his own clothes, I said, you should change it because playgrounds are merciless. And he was very unhappy at the time. He listened to me, but he was very unhappy. So you see, there are always two sides of the same coin. But in a way, when I see people, really, when I see people talking about color seasons and stuff, I choose another video. So that was my first pet peeve. Okay, next. Second unpopular opinion or pet peeve or things that make me click out or click elsewhere and watch another video. And it's from the knitting world, but also from, sometimes I watch fashion video, beauty videos, and whenever people are exhibiting huge hauls, huge pieces of things that they have bought, multiple skeins of yarn that they have bought, I click away. I click away for two reasons. The first reason is that being influenced that way, being used to seeing people buy a lot and have, a whole range of yarn in their background, made it look normal to me to buy a lot of yarn and store a lot of yarn. Thing is, when I started doing this and buying, and it's very easy at to cart pay. It's virtual money, of course. At the end of the day, it's taken out of your own bank account. And as I've always said, I never was in danger. I never financially in danger. I never spent money I did not have. But, and it's a big but, I would buy and buy and buy more yarn than I can use. And this is when I started my no-buy project. I've been doing this project for the third year now, and I'm still not down to the bottom of my stash. That's my goal. It may take 10 years, but that's my goal. And I have some kind of regulations to make it bearable. Anyway, I will link the playlist where I talk about all of that down below. And now I really do not like to be watching this type of content. So I click away and I watch something else. And if you do have a channel and talk about all of the things you've bought, good for you. And if the people who are watching love that and that gives them idea and stuff like that, very good. But I do not. And inside of that, unpopular opinion or unpopular behavior, One thing in addition to that that really trips me out and irritates me is that when people show you multiple skins that they've bought and they don't talk about money. They don't talk about how much they've spent. When I talk about my no-buy videos and when I talk about things that I've bought during the months or a period of 2 months if I have not bought much, I give you the money that I spent. And if I give you the money that I've spent, is that for you to have an idea of what I'm showing you costs or did cost me, because if you're on the other part of the world and if you want to buy that very yarn that I am using, it may be costing you twice as much because of taxes and shipment and stuff like that. But I tell you how much I've spent. One, because it's important for me to be accountable of the money I've spent so that I can see it in front of my eyes rather than add to cart, buy, and I forget how much I spent, add to cart, buy, and I forget. And it's for myself. It's important for myself to be seeing what I've spent. But I think it's also important for you to see how much this yarn has been costing me, because when you look at whole video or people, when part of their video they talk about what they've bought, and they bought 5-10 skein of yarn, of indie dye yarn, maybe 30 euros or $30 per skein, just do the math. And they do that on a regular basis, and not talking about how much you've spent when you show all the yarn or all, I don't know, the clothing you've bought and all the pieces you've got and all the makeup you've got or something like that, skincare and everything. Not talking of how much it's costing is some kind of not telling the whole story. It's slipping the cost under the rug, and it looks, or it is easy for you maybe to spend that money. Maybe 300 euros per week in yarn. It's not much for you, good for you. But for other people, it's a lot of money. And exposing that without saying how much it costs, to me, you're not telling the whole story. And when people do that, and when I know they do that, when I know that some part of the videos are holes or stuff like that, I watch something else. I watch up to this point, and then I watch something else, because it really makes me uncomfortable, and sometimes it irritates me. When you try to do the math of all the things that are showed, it's a lot of money. And I do understand when people say, okay, I support, this indie dyer or this person or this and that, and I do too. I try to buy yarn locally from local producers and things like that, and I tell you how much I've spent and how much a skein or a cone of yarn is costing. And even when I bought yak and I bought cashmere, these are expensive cones. It was 1 kilogram of yak or cashmere, and I think for 1 kilogram it was 130 euros or something like that. I know not everyone can spend that money into yarn. And you have to know how much I spent, because if you are tempted by what I'm showing, you also should know what you will end up spending if you buy the same things. So, one, I really click away when people do that, because it's not healthy for me. I know I have this tendency to accumulate and this tendency to be addicted to some things, so I prefer to click away and concentrate on my own no-buy or low-buy project. And two, I don't think you're telling the whole story if nobody knows the price of this and that. Of course, if these are presents, these are presents, you don't know how much it's been costing to the other people to offer it to you. But when you are unpacking big hauls of things, not telling how much it did cost, I think it's just part of the story. And it's enough for me to feel uncomfortable and click away. I hope you are not going to be clicking away. I do hope that. Anyway, my other pet peeve, not pet peeve, I would say. Maybe it's just me being snotty or French or French. It's all the extremely popular patterns that, of course, a lot of people are knitting. You have probably noticed I haven't knit a ranunculus. I haven't knit a Sophie scarf, and etc. etc. Those patterns that are so popular may be popular for a reason. Maybe they fit everyone and they fit any yarn and any yarn gauge, and you can adapt that for your own liking and everything. Maybe there are very convenient patterns, and this is where I'm saying that maybe I'm a bit nosy and snotty. It's because I'm not sure I want to be wearing the same thing as everybody else. So maybe that's very French. And you are going to tell me, but the ranunculus or the love note, or there are many other very, very, very famous and patterns that many people have knit. You just change the yarn, the color, the texture, and things like that, and you have a unique piece that you've knit. Of course, yes, of course. And you know, my painting triangle is nothing like any other one. If you look at what Stephen West's project pages with all of the people that have knit this show look like, I'm sure mine is unique, and there are many people who've knit that pattern, but not as many as some other patterns. And also, if we are talking about the small scarves. Some of them are so simple that you can whip them up without a pattern. And having to pay for that, I'm quite uncomfortable too. So, and this pattern has been made how many times I don't even know. And by the time I publish the video, the numbers will have changed. So I'm not even going to be bothering telling you how many patterns have been made. Many, 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 many. For that simple of a pattern, for that price, if people buy it and make it, good for them, good for you, and if you are happy, good for you. But it's such a simple pattern that I think it could have been a free pattern. I'm not sure why it was not a free pattern. For the ranunculus and love note, what really what really pushes me away, not irritate me, but push me away, is the fact that so many people have done it. I don't want to be wearing the same thing as everyone else. Even if people who've knit 7, 10 ranunculus or ranunculi, I'm not sure how you say that, who've knit 7 of these sweaters, all of them are different. All of them fills different purposes, different season of the year, different weather climate, weather different temperatures and things like that. And maybe I should be knitting one to see how convenient this pattern is. Love note, I'm not sure, because I kind of stay away of everything that is heart-shaped and stuff like that. I don't like that at all. But ranunculus, why not? Because the lace is quite easy to make. It's quite convenient. The shape is for everyone. And at the beginning, there was only one size. So everyone could adapt that pattern for their own shape. It's just the fact that so many people have made these ones. And I don't want to be in that crowd. That's most probably very snotty of me. But yes, I'm not sure I will knit one. Maybe I will one day, and I will be very happy with that. I prefer more confidential patterns that I like. Of course, I'm not going to be knitting something I don't like, more confidential patterns that I like, you know, the dusting, for example. So there is no lace or anything, but the dusting is so unique, so unique. And some of you have told me that you were very happy I had been showing this pattern and this project to you because in return you wanted to make one when the ranunculus doesn't need me. Everybody has made it. Everybody knows about it. You can find it without me. And I'm more into bringing something onto the table. And that may be, you know, showing my ego or pushing my ego forward or something like that. But yes, these patterns do not need me. When dusking, maybe if one of you decided to make it and he is very happy with it, I think I have brought something to the table. I've made a difference, maybe. And I don't think these very popular patterns are helping me doing this. Of course, if I need a ranunculus, I'm sure I'm going to have a lot of views because people are looking for that. But it really doesn't matter. It's not about that. And it may sound very pretentious of me to be thinking and willing to be doing this, but in a way, I prefer to be standing aside of the crowd than being in the crowd, even though I'm very mainstream. and and at work I'm not I'm pushing boundaries for the better for everyone. I'm not pushing boundaries for myself, and I'm very mainstream and I like to be in the mainstream, and in a way I like to stand out at the same time being mainstream. So it's all a balance between finding who you are, where you stand, and what you like. And as an unpopular opinion, I don't really like the ranunculus, the Sophie scarf, the love note, and you've seen that I've not knit any. So okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna finish here because I don't want to attract all the negativity and all the trolls from the internet who love the ranunculus, and if you do like it, please make as many as you please as you want. Please wear them every day, all day round, all year round. No, there is no problem from me on that. It's just, you know, my own pet peeves and preferences. So I hope you did enjoy this video, which is a different style. I had to push myself forward on that video because I've been thinking about making it in a long time and I really never dared doing it. So I hope you enjoyed your time here. I hope we can have a discussion down below about the ranunculus and why you love it, and it's perfect that you love wearing a ranunculus with a Sophie scarf. Perfect. If you do like that, you do you, and it's perfect. And I hope the ranunculus and the love notes are bringing you much joy and happiness, and that when you were knitting them and when you are knitting them, you can infuse your stitches with joy and happiness, in particular in this very strange world we are living in. And as I am pre-recording, maybe we have been the subject of a zombie apocalypse and I do not know about that. Anyway, I hope you manage to place joy and happiness into your stitches and into your life, because you bring me much joy and happiness when we have exchanges down below in the comment section and when we talk together. I thank you a lot for your time. I thank you a lot for being here with me, and I hope I will see you next time and that you won't unsubscribe. Un, deux, trois, quatre.